Hey everybody, we're going to do a really cheerful character today. I can't believe in all the videos that I made that I never did Eeyore. He's not very cheerful. Oh, he's cheerful alright. Not that it matters. He's gloomy. Not that anyone would notice. But the thing about Eeyore is he's tough. He's tricky. So this is going to take a while, so let's get started right away. So first I want you to get your paper and put it in portrait, okay? Not landscape, portrait. And we're going to start with a circle. And I'm going to try to keep this really light because we have a lot to add. Okay, so there's a circle. Small, too, not too big. And then kind of a wide oval underneath of it. I know, like a number 8. Okay, and then basically we're just going to try to connect the two together, sort of like a bell. So you see that overall shape is kind of like a bell. Okay, now let's turn his head a little bit. So we're going to put in our vertical line like that, and then we need something to rest his eyes on, so we're going to swing a horizontal line kind of like that in the circle. So the top part of the circle is where we're going to put his eyes. Okay, so let's do that right now. His eyes are very sad, oh my goodness. So we're going to have them sort of leaning towards each other because they're lonely. Alright, so like this and like this. So kind of leaning towards each other. Okay? Now this is just a sketch, so don't get too upset if it's not perfect. It's just a sketch. We're here for fun. Just for fun. So you'll see I put an eyelid, a droopy eyelid. And we're going to go ahead and put another droopy eyelid right here. Okay, so I'm going to darken those. I kind of like what I have. And when you find something that you really like, you commit to it. You stick to it. So I kind of like them. Now we're going to have them looking back at us. Not that we'd notice. And we'll put in his pupils. Right here and here. And let's just shade those in. You know, I've always done that my whole life. My parents always told me, when I was little, 3 years old, I would get a coloring book and I would go through the entire coloring book. And before I'd do anything else, I'd color in everybody's eyes. I guess I didn't want them all scary looking back at me. But now look how sweet. Alright, so we're just going to make kind of a pointy eyebrow on that side. And sort of another pointy eyebrow over here. There's really no rhyme or reason. They're bushy eyebrows, but we're going to put them like that. Okay. Now, what we want to do is, at the side of the oval here at the bottom, I want to make sort of like a teacup handle coming out like that. A little extra part there, like a bump. And inside that, I want to put a dimple. He's almost happy, but not quite. Alright, so like that. And then from there, the center of that dimple, I want to bring it down and give him like half of a smile. He's not sure if he's going to be all the way happy or not. Now, with that done, I'm going to come on this side and come around and connect right under there, the bottom part of the teacup handle underneath. So I'm going to go like this and bring it down. Like this. So now we have, I'm going to darken it for you. I'm sorry, it just takes a minute. Just hang in there. I'm getting to you. So we have that. See what I did? I came down the side all the way around and connected it. And it's not really fully round. It's kind of squared off, kind of. If you look real close. I just use the oval as a guide. Somebody has to show us. And then I'm going to use the top of the oval as a good guide for our color separation. Because his muzzle, the lower part of his mouth, is a different color than his head. So just like that. Now he's a stuffed animal. So we're going to bring in a stitch line right down the center of his face. it's kind of bent along our guideline, the horizontal guideline, I'm sorry, the vertical guideline is kind of bent, so we do the same thing. And then it's going to kind of ride out over what would be his nose or his muzzle, and then come down here. So we have that stitch line. It's a seam. Runs right down the center. Alright, so now we have to put in these two lines. They're curved lines. They're called weep lines. They're right underneath his eyes. Because he's very sad. He's starting to look kind of cute. And let's put in some stitches. There's two here. I mean, you can make as many as you like. There's really no rules, but I like to follow along the traditional Eeyore. So two here, two stitches, and two here, and then two bent up, sort of, here and here. Like that. Cool. He's coming along. And then he's got two nostrils. They're just very thin ovals, shaped sort of like Tic Tacs. You know, the candy, the breath mint? Not that I need a breath mint. Like that. Alright, so now, the tricky part of Eeyore is the shape of his head. When it's turned like this, he's got a mane that runs down the back of his, you know, down the back of his neck. So very lightly, I'm just going to put in a line like that. Kind of show the back of his neck right here. I did it really light. And now, I'm going to start working on his mane. This is the tough part. I'm going to try to make it real simple for you. It's just a bunch of like hairs that go in one direction. Like if his face is turned, it goes forward, and then it goes back down his head. You know what? Let me draw it. So we start with like a V right here, like that. So you'll notice between his eyebrows, I put that big V, like that. And then I want to come out here, kind of far, and bring it back like that. And then I just want to do a series of different sizes of the same shape, just kind of ride along. You'll notice some stick up a little bit more than others, and I'm working on it, see? And then as I start to get towards the back, then I just want to kind of take my time and work my way all the way down his neck, kind of like that, okay? I'm just going to darken it a little bit, and then I'll hold it up to the camera so you can see what I've done. If you have to pause the video, then by all means do so. Just pause it, like that, kind of. See? That's his mane. Now, I kind of like that. I had one more little, right there. I added one more little one. Now I'm going to keep that part of his neck, so I'm going to commit to it. If you have something that you like, you stick to it. You commit to it. Alright, so now his ears. Okay? We're doing pretty good. We're still under 10 minutes. I know I've moved pretty fast, but his ears, we're going to come out and down below his chin, all the way down. It's a nice long line, like that. See what I've done? I've come under his mane, all the way down, curving it back in under his chin, like that. And then we don't make it pointy, we kind of square it off and bring it up under his mouth, like that. Now, I can finish this. I can make the shape of his head here around his eyes, like that. I just darkened his head right there a little bit to give the side of his face. And then from there, I want to show the inside of his ear by doing this. Just another beautiful S curve. See? So once I did the side of his face, then I brought in this line right here and stopped it right there. Okay? And now we're going to do the same thing on the other side. We're going to come up with his head a little. I've just lifted the side of his face there. And then we're going to do the same thing. Now, here's the back of his neck, right here, this line here. Okay? Let me just try to get it right. That line there. But we're going to have another line that sort of parallels that a little bit, right here. See, this line parallels that line. Okay, here's the back of his neck right here. And then I just did this little line right here. And then I'm going to bring that down. you want to bring it down about the same distance as the other ear, so you know where to stop about. And then we just square it off a little bit and bring it up. Okay, now with that shape in there like this, we want to do the same thing. We want to kind of bring the inside, show the inside of his ear by showing the thickness of his ear, like that. I'll round off the top of his head right there, bring it under his mane a little bit more, right there. I think, yep, just over 10 minutes, so we're going to stop. I'm going to sign my work, and we're going to call that Eeyore. So there you go. Show your friends, not that you have any. I'm just kidding. I'm sure you have a million friends, and you can teach them all how to do this. Well, that's Eeyore in less than 10 minutes, or just about 10 minutes. Thank you, guys. Have fun with that one. He's tricky. Bye.